Okay, let's see. Hello, everybody. Welcome, welcome. Today is a beautiful day in Basking Ridge, New Jersey. I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. My name is Brenda Miller. I've been a demonstrator for over 26 years, and I go live every Wednesday at 3 o'clock Eastern Time to share with you some of the projects that I'm working on, something that's on my desk, upcoming classes, that kind of thing. So today we are going to be making a um, I'm stopping because my camera, oh, it's back. I'm sorry about that. Always something, right? Um, anyway, today we are going to make a card for Christmas. Now, today or tomorrow is this first day of fall, and for me, that means it's time to start really buckling down and making Christmas cards. So I have some things to tell you about later, but today we're going to make a card. This card is going to be made in my upcoming Christmas card class next week on Tuesday. So those of you who will be coming, take note so that you remember how to make the card. But for everyone else, it's very simply made at home, and I'm going to show you exactly what we use. And if you would like a card kit for this, you can DM me and I will see about getting you one. I do have a few kits left. So anyway, that being said, let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to switch over to my desktop. Hopefully everything works. So this is our card, and it has a little fun fold, and that fun fold just opens up. And just so you know, this little area here is where you might write your message. Now, of course, you could probably also do it on the back of the card, but I like the idea of doing it here, just writing a quick little message. And for some of you, you'll be happy to know there's just a little place to write, so you don't have to go crazy writing any long messages. So anyway, that's how we're going to make this card. This card is made with the adorable Beary Cute bundle, and you can see it has trees, which is always helpful. It has these lovely messages. I love the script, Merry Christmas. You can make presents, and it comes with a punch. The punch is designed to go with this bear right here, and these can also be fussy cut out. You could give him a scarf. You can just stamp the scarf on and the hat, or you could fussy cut them out. Uh, Same thing with all the rest of the pieces, but I do love that this is just such a cute set. It also has some coordinating designer series papers. We are actually using the Walk in the Forest designer series paper that we have used in my previous lives, and that's because the purchase of every package of that designer series paper donates $3 to Toys for Tots. And so I intend to use lots and lots and lots of this DSP so that the maximum donations can be made. So those are the elements of the card, and I'm going to show you a few more things as we go along. Okay, so I'm just going to put that up here, kind of hide it, and I'm going to take out the pieces that I have here. Now, of course, these are all pre-cut. I actually use this at my 35 for 35. This is one of the cards that we made there. I am definitely maximizing the different designs that I've come up with and trying to use them in different spaces so that the maximum number of people can see the ideas with a little less work for me. That, just so you know, that's where all of this is coming from. But this is Balmy Blue, and I've scored it at the 4 1/4 mark, and I've also scored it at the 2 1/8 mark so that I can fold it and then fold it back, and this makes the fun fold. So I use this a lot. There are a lot of different ways you can use those particular fold measurements, and you've probably recognized it from other cards that I've made. So I'm going to first start with the designer series paper. Again, this is a Walk in the Forest, and it's the same piece of paper, and this is what's on the other side. So I've decided to go ahead and use both sides. So I'm going to just use my normal Stampin' Seal, and I'm going to adhere this on the front panel. Okay, so that is right there, and then I'm going to open my card, and on this inside panel I'm going to put the other piece that I have, but using the reverse side. So here we go. There's no up or down on this. So we have our fun snowflakes. Now this is all good, but you know, if you have a snowflake, um, if you have a snowflake embossing folder, you just feel like you have to use it. So I do have one of those. You can see I've just taken a piece of 4 by 5 1/4 and placed it into my embossing folder and embossed it. This is a 3D embossing folder. Okay, and so this is also in the new holiday catalog. So love that and had to use it because, you know, why not? So this became the inside, and this is kind of how I decided how I wanted to make this card. You know, the fun fold was simple, but I wanted to spiff it up a little bit and make it a little bit different than just a plain old card. So I went ahead and I put this on the inside. Now, as I mentioned, there's really no place to write, and that bothered me. I wanted to make sure I had a place to write. So I'm taking a piece of, I believe this is 2 3/4 by 4 inches. And what I'm going to do, and you can do this anytime you want to make snow. Carol, hey, I know I love this embossing folder too. Welcome. I'm going to just tear the paper. Now, when you tear paper, let's talk about tearing. I know a lot of people don't like to do this because it's not precise, but you can get over that by just having an idea of where you want to tear. Now, what I want to do is create the look of snow. So snow is not straight. Okay, it does not fall in a straight line. It, you know, heaps up and has little mounds. And so that's what I want to do here. So I'm actually going up and down, just making a little bit of snow. And you can see I'm only taking off about, what is that, a half, 3/4 of an inch. And I don't want to take off too much because I want to have a place to write. Now you could do multiple layers of this too, which looks really cool because then it looks like, oops, it looks the snow is going up and down. And the other thing I wanted to point out is that, and I didn't say it, but I tore with my right hand. I held it with my left and I tore with my right hand towards me. Now, for those of you who are lefties, you're going to do it the opposite way, right? But don't ask me to do that because I can't do that. So that's how you get that torn edge, and that's how it kind of looks like snow. So when we lay it down, you can see that there's a little rough edge there. Now, to put it on, I am actually going to use my my multi-purpose liquid glue, and I'm just going to shake it down because I know I've only got a little left, and you all know I'm using the liquid glue because I'm putting it on something that is embossed, and you want to make sure that the glue and gets into the little nooks and crannies. I love to say nooks and crannies. You want to make sure it gets in there so that it actually sticks. So I highly recommend using liquid glue when adding to something that is dry embossed. Okay, so there we go. And I'm trying not to touch anything because of course I get it everywhere. That's a me problem. Okay, so that's how we have the card designed. Now, to finish it off on the front, we have a couple of other things. So this was a piece of, I think, about 2 1/4 inches by 4 1/4. And I wanted to make a hill, and this time I didn't want to just tear it. I wanted, because I could, I used, I went too fast there. This is the Around the Bend stamp set, and it's coordinating dies. And so I use this die. You can see I have a little bit of washi tape on there to hold it in place, and I die cut that. Okay, and that is how I got my little border there. Always fun to add a little hill or something like that. Now, the key to this card is not to seal it, right? But let's go ahead and stamp first, because just in case I make a mistake, we'll have to, go cut another one if that happens. But I'm going to use Balmy Blue, and the stamp that says Warm Wishes. Give it a little tap, tap, tap. Not squish, 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 right? And here we have our Warm Wishes. Now, we're going to take this and we're going to put adhesive only on the back of the left side. So where I just stamped Warm Wishes is the left side of the card. If I put it anywhere else, it's going to seal the card closed. So we do not want to do that. So let's go ahead and I'm going to just use my Stampin' Seal because it's nice and strong. You could use wet glue for this too. I just don't have the patience. And I'm just going to press that down and see, there's your mechanism. So it closes it up. Okay. Okay, so now that that's done, let's go ahead and stamp our polar bear. Yay for the polar bear. So I have a little piece of white cardstock, and this is just 2 3/4 by 2 3/4 or something like that. It doesn't look square, so maybe it's not quite those dimensions. It's probably a scrap. Anyway, I'm just using Memento Tuxedo Black ink to stamp him. And here we are. Okay, now polar bears, they're white, so there's no coloring needed or anything like that. All we need to do is punch him. So I'm going to take the punch, flip it over, unlock it, and I'm going to slide it in. And I'm going to line him up. This scrap is a little close. So here we go. Having trouble seeing it. Not sure why. Oops, sorry, I should be showing the camera what I'm doing. All right, so once you get them lined up in there as well as you can, I'm going to give him a little punch, and there he is. So adorable. Love having this little bear. Now we want to go ahead and put him on the front of the card, but again, we have to make sure we don't have any excess adhesive on the top of the bear because he will cause the card to be stuck closed. So again, I'm just going to use my regular adhesive, and I'm going to put some adhesive on his legs, and that's it. And when I go to put it down, I'm just going to make sure that he's far enough down that he doesn't have any adhesive on the inside showing. Okay, you can see there's no adhesive there. Okay, so there's the fun of the card. And last thing, we always have to have something sparkly, or I do at least. So these are called adhesive backed glitter sequins, and they're right here in the new catalog. This is page 77. They are currently back ordered, but they will be back very soon, so do not fear. But I still have a lot of these from, I over ordered, and I'm glad I did so that I could do this. And you can just place these anywhere. I like to make my visual triangle, so I'm going to put a big one here, and they do come in 2 sizes, and that's why I said a big one. You can see that I have lots left over here. So let me pull out a sheet of little ones. And whenever there are different sizes, I like to utilize usually there are 3, sometimes there are 3 sizes, sometimes there are 2, but I'm just going to use both the big and the little, and I'm going to put another one for the triangle to draw the eye across the card. I think between his feet down here. So here's your visual triangle, and there's your full card. Yay! So as I said, this is one of the cards that we'll be making in my in-person Christmas card class on Tuesday the 26th. Tuesday the 26th, is that right? I guess it is. Tuesday the 26th. And we will be making 2 other cards, and we'll make 2 of each, so for a total of 6 cards. If you are interested, I need you to RSVP and let me know that you would like to come. And just so you know, for those of you who can't be here in person for my classes, on October 1st, I will be announcing a very, very special extravaganza that I will be offering. It's for Christmas cards only. We'll be making 20 Christmas cards. It'll be done online through videos, not through Zoom. So you can do them at your own pace, but you get the kits for 20 cards, and that's a huge value. Um, and we get embellishments, and we'll be using all kinds of designer series papers, and I'm really excited about it. I'm in the middle of wrapping that up now, designing all the cards, putting together the packaging, and so by October 1st, that will be in my newsletter. If you don't currently subscribe to my newsletter, please hop on over to my blog, which is brendamillersu.com, and you will be able to sign up for my newsletter so that you don't miss out. I'll also have advertising, of course, in my classes that I do online and on Facebook. Um, so I'm really excited about that. Carol, thank you for your enthusiasm. I knew you would love that idea. Um, and I think that's it for today. So if you have any questions or curious about the upcoming package, just go ahead and DM me and I'll send you a message back as I'm finishing up all the different things that have to be done for the class. But I'm happy to provide any information at this point. So anyway, I think that's it. So thank you so much for joining and have a great day. And if you are in the area, enjoy this amazing weather. I don't know about you, but when it's beautiful outside, I am just raring to go and very happy. So anyway, have a happy day. Thank you. Bye-bye.